Hi, in today's video, I want to tell you about the SKIBIDI toilet, Parasite, that appears in episode 30 from the mouth of the SKIBIDI scientist. I guess the SKIBIDI scientists decided to slow down the onslaught of cameraman, because if only the speedy SKIBIDI toilet confronted them, which appeared in episode 29, then they would quickly find a use against it. But with the appearance of the SKIBIDI parasite, they were taking over cameraman, and they had to spend more time on technology and on resources. We see him take control of cameraman, and then cameraman attacks his partner. The only thing we know about the SKIBIDI parasite is that it can inhabit and control cameramans. In episode 31, we see more and more of the SKIBIDI parasite take over the cameramans. Almost in the middle of the video, we can see how the parasite from episode 30 fights, capturing the cameraman who killed his partner. We can notice that in episode 32, when the Titan cameraman was attacking the military SKIBIDI toilet, the SKIBIDI scientists sent 2 SKIBIDI parasites to capture the Titan cameraman, when the SKIBIDI parasites start to take over the body of the Titan cameraman. The first SKIBIDI parasite breaks most likely the Titan cameraman's defense. While feeling the Titan cameraman break, the SKIBIDI parasite kills the SKIBIDI parasite, but the second SKIBIDI parasite captures it and starts destroying the cameramans. At the beginning of episode 34, cameraman runs away from cameraman who was captured by the SKIBIDI parasite. Cameraman stop him and remove the parasite from his neck, and he runs away, but he is grabbed by cameraman in his hand and not killed. Maybe they took him for a sample to do experiments on him. After entering the hangar, we can see that the shape of this cameraman we saw in episode 31. That's when he came from the toilet. I suppose he was trapped, which is seen when you enter the hangar and there were cameramans. In episode 35, we see a hangar, most likely the same hangar where cameraman was trapped. We can also see an orange capsule where something is lying. Most likely, it is the SKIBIDI parasite that was caught in episode 34 for experiments. We see a new weapon in cameraman's hands. Most likely, it was made for the SKIBIDI parasite experiments. We watch as he shoots some kind of energy and destroys the SKIBIDI parasite that captured the cameramans. Then we see their hangar was found and G-Man and cameraman robot destroy the hangar. Also, we see that the weapon shot had no effect on the cameraman robot. Maybe you have to shoot at a certain point, most likely the head or lack of power. Also, I think it was the only weapon against the SKIBIDI parasites that the cameramans created because they decided to keep it despite the threat. But they could have kept it because of the threat of weapon takeover and the use of anti-technology against this beam. But if G-Man and cameraman Titan attacked this particular hangar, I think it may have been one of the first weapons against the SKIBIDI parasites. Besides how they were able to find this hangar, I think the SKIBIDI parasites have something to do with the chips that the SKIBIDI scientists gave them, and they can see where they are, or watch where each SKIBIDI parasite is, so G-Man was able to find the cameraman's base. On the hangar, in episode 36, we can observe how the big cameraman goes, with 2 weapons against the SKIBIDI parasite. We can also observe that he has to shoot at each cameraman to kill the SKIBIDI parasite that controls the cameraman. But we saw in episode 35 how cameraman fired the same weapon and killed 5 SKIBIDI parasites at the same time. Maybe it is because there were iron cages that conduct current and it went through all the cages and killed all the SKIBIDI parasites. In episode 38, we can see that they created a technique against SKIBIDI parasites, and its properties are the same as in episode 35 when killing SKIBIDI parasites with weapons. We can notice in 37 series, the parasite machine, it is created to destroy the parasites that capture the cameramans by attacking with a laser technique of the toilet SKIBIDI. When the SKIBIDI attack the cameramans, it creates a wave that destroys the SKIBIDI parasites. In episode 38, Cameron tried to ride Titan cameraman of the SKIBIDI parasite with the help of the technique, but he was interrupted by G-Man, who destroyed the technique afterwards. In episode 42, we see that TV man stops cameraman from using weapons against the SKIBIDI parasite. But why? First of all, maybe TV man wanted to show the power of the SKIBIDI toilets and show how the cameramans are progressing. Secondly, maybe they want to completely abandon these weapons because the SKIBIDI toilets are progressing and the SKIBIDI parasites will be immune to the weapons against them. So in the next episodes, we will see how the TV mans will get rid of the SKIBIDI parasites that have taken over the cameramans, and the weapons will be useless, and we can see how in the next episodes there are less and less SKIBIDI parasites, and the cameramans they have taken over, as well as the weapons that are used to destroy the SKIBIDI parasites. In episode 48, they didn't stop carrying weapons against the SKIBIDI vermin. So the cameramans realize that they can't always rely on the TV mans and use the old weapons with them. I assume that fewer cameramans have started walking around with SKIBIDI parasite weapons. Because of TV mans, because they are looking for SKIBIDI parasites and attacking in purple while getting rid of SKIBIDI parasites. The technique from Series 37 can be seen at the end of Series 53. Looking at the technique, you can see the change and its strength. In Series 55, SKIBIDI Toilet Skull destroys it with a toxin. In Episode 49, we see the TV woman doing what the SKIBIDI eye parasites do, taking over the bodies of the SKIBIDI toilets and controlling them. So why haven't the cameramans ever used this new technique against the parasites? Yeah, maybe it's only against vermin, but even in Episode 38, it made the SKIBIDI toilets lose strength and slow down the effects of the attack, so they could hit with the technique and wait for the cameraman Titan, or buy themselves some time. It's probably because it needs more time to be able to attack, or because they tested it on regular SKIBIDI toilets and nothing happened to them. Probably because 2 SKIBIDI parasites attacked the Titan cameraman, because of which the defense broke and the SKIBIDI parasite is far inside in Series 35. We will observe that such weapons will not work against the SKIBIDI parasite and need much more powerful. After that, they started to make techniques against SKIBIDI parasites because TV mams need to get very close to destroy the SKIBIDI parasites, and it is not easy to do that. In Series 35, we can see many defeats of SKIBIDI toilets, but where did the power that was in Series 35 and the weapon disappeared? In the following episodes, we can see how the weapon against SKIBIDI parasites only kills 1 SKIBIDI parasite. The weapon was transferred to use less power because the cameramans do not have infinite energy, or maybe because it has a very strong effect that can make the cameramen suffer. And what do you think about it? Write in the comments. In Episode 42, you can see how using TV Man Purple Light first gets rid of the cameraman's SKIBIDI parasites and then makes them fight each other. In Episode 39, using TV Man Purple Light makes the SKIBIDI toilets freeze in place and stop talking SKIBIDI. Most likely, each kind of SKIBIDI toilet is affected differently by using TV Man's different colors.